Hear me and rejoice, because you are watching the Thwip Side. Hey, what's up, guys? It's been a long time, but I'm AJ, and once again, I'm coming to you from the Thwip Side. And today, I wanted to share with you my look at the Marvel Select Thanos. He is an older figure, but the reason I'm taking a look at him is because he is my first ever Marvel Select figure. So I just wanted to share my thoughts in case you guys have been thinking about picking any selects up but have not done so yet. Now, before we get into it, just want to give you a little backstory on my knowledge of Marvel Select. I've seen them, of course, on like sites such as BBTS and Entertainment Earth and things of that nature. I've seen I've seen them in stores, obviously, specialty shops, mostly comic shops. Always thought they looked pretty cool, and just never thought to pick them up, mainly because of the scaling. I'm not a scale stickler, I guess you'd say. It's not like I only collect 6-inch or I only collect this, but I've already was collecting Marvel Legends, and if I was going to do another Marvel line, I'd want them to fit right off the bat. Bigger characters, you probably wouldn't have much problem fitting them in. I've seen videos and other things of that nature, and just by the looks of them, you can tell that he'd probably fit nicely in a Marvel Legends collection. And I didn't actually buy this guy. I traded a buddy of mine for him. He was in the package. The package was beat all up, torn up to hell. I'm an out-of-box collector, so I don't care. So I traded my buddy some comics and picked them up, and I said, hey, why not share my thoughts on my first ever Marvel Select with all you guys. First off, we'll take a look at his accessories he comes with. He does come with an open-handed Infinity Gauntlet, which is really cool. Nice paint to it. We'll talk more about the paint when I take a look at the figure. But yeah, we get that piece. One thing I will note is, see the Infinity Gems on the gauntlet. Here, I thought this was a fisted gauntlet, Infinity Gauntlet, but it doesn't appear to be, unless they missed the paint apps here, because as you can see, this looks like the same type of glove, but no gems, unless these were mispainted. Because on this, I say that because on this fist, there's no paint. There are these, which could be the gems, but they're not painted. But just something I wanted to note. I'm thinking that might have been a mispaint, but not sure. He also comes with his main squeeze Death, which is a non-articulated figure in her own right. I mean, this is a pretty decent sized accessory. But like I said, non-articulated, but basically a statue, but still pretty cool. And she looks pretty cool. I love the paint detail on her, all on her skull. And even the shading down her robe. So yeah, really nice paints on her. And pretty cool, almost full figure, non-articulated accessory. She also comes with a human faceplate. Human faceplate. And you just pop that on like that. And even though she's Death with the skull, somehow I think having the human face is creepier somehow. Now, when I was showing off the additional Infinity Gauntlet, I did make note of the paint apps and how nice they were. And I said I'd get into it when we looked closer at Thanos. And then I mentioned more when I was talking about Lady Death. I did brush up on that topic. See what I did there? Lame joke. But yeah, so taking a closer look at him, the first thing I noticed right out of the package was the paint apps. We'll look at the whole figure, but everywhere. Look up a little. I mean, look at that head sculpt. That's really cool. And there's all this sorts of shading. And it's clean. I mean, of course, this is separate. That's all cast in that. But on the gauntlets, it's clean, unless the mentioned maybe missed turning those into actual gems. I'm not sure. But just the shading on this guy. Like, you can really tell in the abs and all the musculature. It's just really cool, and it really stands out, and it does a lot for the figure. I just really like that. It's got some wrinkles, and again, there's paint to dirty up the wrinkles of his boots and his gloves as well. But yeah, fantastic paint. And playing off shadows and lights, it brings it out even more. Just really awesome. For the overall figure, I just think he looks cool. He's big, he's chunky. Just presentation wise, really awesome figure. Really happy with how he looks. Now, as we head into talking about articulation, I wanted to note that this Thanos is an older figure, and I looked up newer releases online to see if articulation has improved, because full disclosure, he is lacking, and it looks like for Marvel Select they have. They don't seem to be quite on par with Marvel Legends, but they seem to be, by the looks of the pictures and see of the cuts and stuff and the articulation points, they're definitely better than him. But that being said, we'll turn side to side, looks down a tiny bit, looks up a little bit, so he's, yeah. So that's what you get for that. He will swivel until he hits this. This is kind of hard, this shoulder piece. So stops like right there. His arm will only go out to there. He does have the bicep swivel. And I will say some of the articulation points are like when you move forward like that. See? Yeah. I don't know if it's because he's old. He's been in the package. Oh, there. I can make it stick there, but I'm sure a newer figure isn't like that. I would hope not. And as you can see, he does have an elbow joint that can bend like that. He has a swivel at the end of his gauntlet or glove. No wrist articulation. That's a point that was concerning to me. And that's what actually prompted me to look online to see if newer releases in the Marvel Select line had that, and they look like they do, from what I could tell. He does have a waist swivel, another concern, no crunch, no ab crunch, nothing, just swivel. And then his leg will kick up, not very far at all. It hits this, but I think it can't anyway just because it's so chunky. Goes out quite a bit though, we'll give him that. Upper thigh swivel, hit in here. Single jointed knee, I'll get you that far. And then moving to the foot a tiny bit forward, a little bit back. No ankle rocker. For a size comparison, here he is next to the Walgreens exclusive Thing, one of my favorite figures I have in my collection. Maybe my favorite, I love him. But anyway, pretty nice scaling size Thing. Over the years has become bigger and bigger than he originally was. I think this fits okay. And here he is next to the Retro Shocker, if I can get him to stand properly. But yeah, Thanos is a big dude, so yeah, maybe a little too large. I mean, if you're going MCU, which this isn't an MCU figure, obviously, maybe too big, but I don't know. The Mad Titan in the comics can be huge, I guess. Maybe a little too big, but who knows. So that's my quick look at my first ever Marvel Select figure, the Marvel Select Thanos with Death. My bottom line for me is I'm giving it some concessions because it is an older Marvel Select figure, and like I had mentioned, on looking online, it looks like they've improved in the articulation. I still hear that they're not quite up to par with Marvel Legends, but this guy, it is kind of sad that I wish they would redo him with at least some wrist articulation, or wrist hinges, and actually some rocker. That'd be cool. I can let him slide with the crunch, be like any kind of torso crunch, because he is Thanos, and I don't think I would ever foresee myself displaying him like crouched down or anything. Presentation wise, he looks fantastic. As I said, I have been browsing them online here and there, and I've seen some different Marvel Selects in the stores, and their presentation has always impressed me. For bigger figures, he'll fit fine in my collection, Marvel Legends, so I don't think I need to run out and get another Thanos. I'm not saying this is the ultimate Thanos by any means, but I've needed a Thanos, and every time I think about picking one up, I'm like Dora from Finding Nemo. Something else shiny shows up and catches my eye, and I go from Thanos to, ooh, shiny new thing. Usually a Spider-Man figure or Spawn figure or something of that nature, Halo figure, whatever. But so I said for free, but it was just a few comics that I had no attachment to, so I didn't actually give something for it, but you know what I mean. I didn't have to pay money. Would I have paid money for this figure? You can still get him on BBTS for $30. I think, I don't know, not because of that I'm unhappy with him. I mean, like I said, the problems he does have, it's because even though I think Thanos is really cool, I don't really run out to get every Thanos out. He's my first one. But as far as my first Marvel Select figure, I think he looks great. And I definitely have my eyes on like the Human Torch, big Fantastic Four guy. I will note though that even though I said it appears that the articulation improved, I don't think I would run out and get a Spider-Man figure, because he doesn't look like he can do whatever a spider can when it comes to posability. But big guys like this, definitely, I do. This guy makes me want to check out the Human Torch. I'm kind of iffy about the thing, but I definitely want to get the Watcher because he looks really cool. Okay, enough rambling on. I hope you enjoyed the video. It's good to be back. Hopefully, sports and things like that, my kids' sports, wind down a little bit, and I'll have more time to make some more content and work as well. Hopefully that slows down a little bit. But it's good to be back. Miss hanging out with you guys. Miss making videos. And with that being said, I will get back to you guys with something real soon, and I will catch you guys all right back here on the Thwip side. Later.